89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 at 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
All right, let's see how badly he chromas out.
Pretty badly.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't think about that when you took that dare on, huh?
That's all good.
Oh, well, I'll figure it out. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so, Jolly Joe, the elf, is in here.
I've lost some weight, but wow, this is great. Yeah.
Yeah.
It really turned out.
Well, we were talking about aliens. Maybe he's invisible. You never know.
I wish I was someday.
I made him gray.
Okay, all right, that
The
works.
Gray
best
is
I can do
good.
is make him gray.
Gray
all right.
works.
So normally, wherever you see the gray,
Yeah,
it's like bright green. You are wearing an elf costume right now.
I am.
Why? Why are you doing this?
Because I got 5 trees I got to sell.
Okay.
There we go. There's the elf costume.
All right.
There you go. Yeah,
All right. So
yeah, it's the hustle.
you gotta get the last 5 trees done.
I do. I don't, but I do. You know,
Yeah.
every year I chop off too much, and I open my mouth up too much, and here we are.
All right. So we're talking about trees, but
Yes,
nobody
about
knows
trees.
why we're
No,
talking
I have
about
no
trees.
idea why
Yeah.
you're talking about trees.
So
Did we introduce him?
Oh, we could do that, right?
Yeah, I did. Jolly Joe the elf.
Jolly Joe the elf. Thanks.
Yeah. This is Joe Didi, if you don't recognize him.
No, I do not know Joe Didi.
Oh, you don't know him?
No.
I do not.
Oh, this is Kathy Palmer, my
Hi, Kathy.
sidekick.
How are you?
I'm
Yeah.
fine, Joe. How are you?
Good. I always wanted a sidekick.
Yeah,
That's what they. Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
we
kicks me all the time.
call her the den mother extraordinaire.
I
You
mean,
do need that.
Somebody has to
You-
keep
you-
him under
yes.
control, Joe.
Yes.
I'm
Somebody
Joe's.
has
Wait a
to
minute.
do
I'm
that.
Joe's sidekick.
You are.
Yeah.
Yes, I would agree with that.
And she has been an educator for several years.
More years.
And
than I
she
can-
will give me the finger if I
Oh, that's
get
the
off
finger?
track. So if you get off track,
Yeah.
she may give you the finger too.
Wow. Thank God she's not with me because I'm always off track.
Yeah.
Oh, we are too. Shiny thing, squirrel.
Yeah.
So tell us about your trees.
So I got some trees I got to peddle. I bought too many. Real simple. So in Southwick we have this event. The Southwick Civic Fund does at the old town hall.
Okay.
You know,
I
it's
do.
coming up this
I do know.
Saturday. Yeah. So outside we have 30, 40 trees that we decorate, or we have sponsors that will
Oh,
then
nice.
decorate them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's our kind of tree lighting in Southwick. We're a little different, you know. And then inside we have a crafts fair that evening. I think the nicest part, and it looks like the weather's going to cooperate this year, we have the high school band march
good.
from the fire department
Uh-huh.
to town hall, which isn't far, but it is cute. They play Christmas carols. They dress up in Christmas gear.
And are they going to march on the main drag or
Main
the
drag.
back road?
Nope,
Okay,
main
good.
drag. Oh, yeah,
Good. That's important for me to know because
Yeah.
I'm going to document this again.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
And if anyone wants to have an idea of what's in store, the Southwick Community Television YouTube page,
Yes.
which you can get to through the town website.
Yes.
I have a video of it from last year.
Oh, do you?
The craft fairs, it takes up not only the auditorium, but it fills up the halls in that
28.
hall
We have
too.
28 vendors with the craft fair. We have Santa, of course. We have downstairs. We'll have the park and rec doing crafts. It's just a great evening. The whole town gets involved, and it's quick, 4 to 7. You know what I mean? You're not spending all day. You know, we go to crafts fairs all the time, and there's that push in the morning or the push in the afternoon, and for 4 hours they sit there. I can't do that. So it's quick. It's a lot of action, and it's over.
Yeah. So, Kathy, these are real live trees that you secure them with like rebar or something.
Yeah,
to-
1-inch rebar into the ground. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Coward Farm in town gets us the trees. They are not donated, but he truly helps us out as much as he can, and they're a great family. They've been around a long time. So
And these trees fill up the entire front yard of the old consolidated school down there.
yeah, it's nice when you drive by. Hopefully we tied them up better this year due to my lackluster performance on crutches. I couldn't put them all up this year, so I reached out to the Boy Scouts. What a great group, right? They came in, they put the stakes in for me. I can't tie a knot, right? You know, I'm not that guy. So they are, right? They're Boy Scouts. So
Right.
it looks like those trees aren't going to move.
Yeah, isn't that the first thing you learn as a Boy Scout is how to tie a knot?
Yeah, I got thrown out that first week.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't want me either.
I wasn't a Boy Scout.
Yeah.
I was a Girl Scout.
There you go.
Wasn't a Boy
Did you? Well,
I did learn my knots.
you did learn a
Square
knot, right?
I learned my square knot.
There you go.
We had to do it for a badge. So are the trees, are they decorated? Or are they
Nope,
just
you get to
plain
decorate
trees?
them. Yep, they're plain
Oh,
trees.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So the sponsorship's $150,
Uh-huh.
which goes towards running all of our events. You know, like I say, the trees really, as you guys understand what Christmas trees cost today, you can understand why it's 150. Most of that is the tree. But yeah, it's a great little thing. It's you come, you bring your family, you can decorate your tree on Saturday morning, and it's up till January 1st.
You want to come decorate mine for me, Kathy?
Well, I'm kind of tied up this weekend. I'm sorry. I'm a little busy. Otherwise, I would gladly.
Oh yeah, you have a
do so.
play going on over
I
at the
do.
Westfield Theater Group.
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I do. And we have Southwick people in it.
What's the name of the play?
Wonderful Life at the Westfield Theater Group.
Oh, great.
Home of the Westfield Women's Club, yes. And I have, I think 2 Southwick people,
Nice.
I believe. No, 3.
3. Wow, that's
Wow.
great.
I got to think about that for a minute. But anyway, so what are the hours for your event on Saturday?
Saturday evening, it's from 4 to 7.
4 to 7.
Santa arrives around 4:30 on the fire truck with the band.
Nice.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do some Christmas carols outside. We'll do the tree lighting. Santa will then be inside for all the kids. Every kid leaves with a gift. It's a great time. It really is. The band will go inside and continue to play Christmas carols this year. So it's last year with COVID, it was just the band. It just didn't work out. The year before, or 2 years before, was great. They marched down that street. You thought you were in a Yankee magazine. You know.
All right. I'm gonna get some type of cue that it's happening, so I make sure I get them right on film.
Yeah, sure you will. You'll hear the fire truck leaving the firehouse, right?
Oh, okay. That'll work.
Yep.
I'll just have to make sure I'm outside.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that happens early, like 4:30. You said they're
Yeah.
marching.
Yeah. Realistically, it does.
All right. All right. That gives me plenty of time to figure it out.
Yeah, we got a little campfire going up on top there. We do s'mores.
Oh, you're doing that
Yeah,
again.
We're doing that again. We actually
S'mores.
the Civic Fund bought a hot dog cart, so we'll have a hot dog cart set up. And yeah, Girl Scouts are inside with the.
I seem to remember at this point I'm only an employee of the town for a couple of months
Sure.
last year at
Yep.
this time, and I remember something going on with getting that fire pit ready or started,
Oh.
and I joined in and
Yeah,
and-
it's
and
you know.
I forget what it was, but it was like, okay, we have to get through it and make it happen.
Yeah, we got firewood. Maybe if it was wet, maybe
Yeah.
we didn't think everything through.
Uh-huh.
I got a great. We have a great group of helpers, but everything is it's not last minute. But you're in charge of wood. You're in charge of this. You're in charge of that. We all show up an hour before, and
Yeah.
and you make it work.
Yeah.
I think last year was a candy issue too. So we had millions of bags of little.
It might have been getting the truck up the hill.
That was another
because,
issue.
because it was wet.
Yeah, it's wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm remembering.
Yeah, and it did rain last year. That's why the band didn't work out with the band. But this year looks dry, 45 degrees, sunny.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. So yeah,
All right.
be a
It's
great
always
time.
iffy when you do things outside like that. Always iffy. We have that same thing here in Westfield when we're playing something and it rains.
But we're rain or shine.
Yep.
We move forward. We don't care.
That's good.
Honest
That's
to
great.
God, even fireworks. If it's raining, oh well.
Now, how long have you
going
been?
up.
How long does it take to plan and put this together?
A year. Everything
so-
takes a year. It just we're already planning next year where we
Yep.
screwed up this year. And you'd think after a while you wouldn't screw up anymore. But,
Oh no.
But
No.
if
You
you're good
find
at what you
something
do,
new to screw up
right?
on.
If you're good at your craft, you can screw it up. It's
Yeah.
real
You've got
simple.
everything planned, Joe, and it'll
Yep.
be the one thing that yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
Who knew?
No one knows. That's the great part about it. As long as Santa shows up, the kids are singing songs, the lights go on, it's all good. The rest of the day is perfect.
Sounds
So,
good,
so
sounds great.
Southwick Civic Fund was behind the turkey Thanksgiving dinners.
Yep,
How did that go?
172 meals.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it went wonderful. I got it. Same thing. Great crew. Once again, I couldn't be as involved as I always am, so they propped me up in a lounger and let me bark orders from there.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's good to be the king, or it's good to be the elf.
Yeah, the elf.
Elf.
And it's interesting because all these years of helping people, and we have a great group of volunteers. I probably a little bit of a control freak at times, maybe. I don't know. But this year you had to let go. You couldn't do it all. And my God, they all stepped right up. They don't need me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we spoke a few months back at the Big E
Yes.
about even though as a select board member, as not a select board member, no matter what your capacity is in town, you seem to always be giving back to the town, back to the community, and you you were mentioning you had some type of mindset going on with that. It's like,
Well, it was,
you
it was
need
an
to,
interesting
right?
time, right? Because I lost that election, and everyone held their breath and said, "What's he going to do?
Uh-huh.
Is he done giving back? Was that a scheme because he's a selectman?" I mean, trust me, I heard it all,
Right.
And yeah, there was a couple of weeks there where I was a little agitated, but at the end of the day, you are what you are. You know, some of us are natural born leaders. I don't know what to tell you, and I'm not going away. It's that simple, right?
No.
So now we push, you know, and look what happens, right? All that goes down. We end up acquiring a church.
Exactly. I was going to
Pantry.
get into that. Yeah.
Yes, I saw that in the
Yeah,
paper.
you know,
Good
so
for you.
yeah, it's a different move in my life. It's like, as you say, we give back. We try to always help. So this is just another chapter. That's a real big chapter.
So that just wasn't a political thing with Joe Didi. That
No,
Joe Didi is always community minded and looking out for others.
For me, we were in the Biggie a million years ago before I got thrown out the first time, and yeah, it was my mouth.
Yep, uh-huh.
But even back then, we were very fortunate. We made a lot of money at the Biggie a million years ago, and our first thing was, you know, how do you give back to that town? You done? You good?
I'm
All right.
done.
All right, it's cool. So how do you give back to that town? Back then it was West Side. I grew up in Southwick. We opened a business up in West Springfield, and you know, off to the races I went in my life. But so way back then we were like, you got to give back. You know, I was fortunate. I got into Biggie, made a lot of money. I was younger. I was in my 30s. So the kids were at a perfect age where they're both at St. Thomas. My daughter comes home much younger than my son and says, Dad, there's no Santa. I said, what? What? You know, I look at Ronnie, who's 4 years older. What, no Santa? I said, Dad, I don't know what you're talking about. There's Santa. Oh, attaboy. He's a smart boy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so needless to say, when my daughter felt that way, we said, okay, well, it's time to start giving back. And that's what started the process. You know, and even honestly, 9/11 started the process. We were in New York City the day before 9/11 doing work that we do in that area with my other life. We came home, everything happened. I think within a week, Pete Plantinitis owned Century Auto in West Springfield. Within a week, you know, and texting isn't what it is today back then, right? You know, things just wasn't, you know, your phones were your phones. But I think within 2 weeks, we raised $10,000 back then.
Oh.
At the Polish Club, we did a huge benefit, and that money, there was that money stayed local for people locally that needed it. So that probably really started my, geez, you know, I'm a small business owner. You have to give back. I don't understand how people, I just don't. And I'm different. I get it. You get a package with me. You get the roughness and you get the kindness. And it settles where it settles, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, you said a couple of minutes ago, you know, it was your mouth that got you in trouble.
Yeah.
I kind of get that because if something is going to get either you or I in trouble, it should be something coming out of our mouth.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It's life, you know.
You know, I'm more than capable of pissing someone off, Kathy,
Yes, you are.
and it happens.
It does happen, and it's okay.
Yeah.
I apologize every morning. Every morning I wake up, I know what my sins are for the day. Right? I
Right.
know what I got to do. I know how to stay in good grace, and you do your best. But at the end of the day, I give back, and I'm a believer. So,
Right.
you know, as I call it, the Joe Didi train. You get on it, you don't get on it. I honestly don't care. But you know, hopefully I've helped you, and it shows.
Yeah. There are other things going on with the Civic Fund. You know, keep talking about, you know, the giving and the helping
So
out.
we got Secret Santa and the Angry Elves, and yes, the Angry Elves is after my daughter. That's how that all started back in the day.
Funny.
So we were in West Springfield for a long time with my other business. I graduated in '84. I think in '87 I bought a house, and off to the races I went with my other life. So when the daughter came home and said, "There's no Santa," we got involved with the West Springfield Park and Rec Secret Santa program. And of course, like all ventures, no one's young when you walk through that door. So within, I think, 4 or 5 years, we end up changing how they did things because Control Freak, again, got them more modernized. And they needed it, and they know they needed it. And in the end, they do a wonderful job there. They take care of hundreds of families over in West Springfield. So we took that energy back to Southwick when I moved back home and started our program. So we don't get into specifics about poverty level. Honestly, I think we ask on our application something that proves you're from Southwick, Towne, or Granville, and something that proves they're your children or that you're in charge of those kids.
Okay.
Whatever.
So these are the parents reaching
Yep.
out looking for some help.
Yep, parents reaching out looking for some help. And, you know, I can remember, I grew up on welfare. I remember the Marines coming with a basketball. This doesn't play basketball, you know, but
Right.
you got you got one gift. You got the basketball. Not complaining. I think I was 6 or 7 years old at the time.
Right.
Right. It was something. We give gifts. You know, and we're not specific. I don't want to know about Jordache jeans or your Xbox. I'm sorry, but we just ask the age and the sex, and we
So something suitable.
suitable. Yep, absolutely. And there'll be 5, 6, 7, 10, 15 toys. Who knows? With wrapping paper, the parents will pick that up, or we'll drop it off, and then they'll wrap them. They go into the tree. Everyone's happy.
I'm trying to think back to my childhood, because I advanced rather quickly when I was a child, and
And then it stopped.
I don't remember.
No
Gee,
comment.
thanks.
No comment here.
But you know, I have a birthday in March, so I was very very young when my Polish father, whose parents grew up during the Depression,
Yeah.
said, "Okay, we're gonna do a combination gift. So just tell me what you want." So you know, we didn't have the mound of stuff underneath the tree when
Right.
I was
No.
a child.
Right.
It was like, okay, what do you need? What do you want?
Right.
And that was how my childhood was around Christmas. Maybe that's why I'm not very attached to Christmassy stuff myself, Kathy.
Right.
You know, I hate
I
Christmas
understand
music.
that.
You know,
Yes, I
that might be,
Oh.
but
I'm not offending you today. Am I dressed like this?
that was a dare, and I'm glad you came through with that. I mean, it shows.
Oh,
it shows
you don't know that side of me.
it-
Don't tempt me, 'cause I'm
got
all in.
I got an inkling.
Yeah.
But and I know buttons that I can push. But I know that if you're that serious about selling the rest of these trees, you're going to do whatever you want.
You have to.
whatever
It's
you
for the-
can.
It's for the kids, right? I mean, how do you not? Once again, it goes back to: do you want to give back, and do you want to? What fingerprint do you want to leave when we're out of here? Money don't buy you everything. It just
Right.
doesn't. So if you can do good things and give back, I think it's a win-win.
I think ultimately, once I'm gone, someone will turn around and say, "Well, you know, now and then that guy could have been an a-hole, but you know, he did good stuff."
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll always be an a-hole. That doesn't go away. That's part of your character.
Yeah.
That'll last with you right to the end, hopefully.
Yes, it
And it's
will.
okay. Certain people understand that, and certain people don't.
That's one of our songs. One of our songs in the show is "It's not the measure of a man to count his money.
There
It's
you
in
go.
his heart. It's in his head. It's in his soul."
It is.
That's our song.
Yeah.
That's the whole message of George Bailey.
I interrupted you during the
George
Secret
Bailey.
Santa.
Yeah.
How does that actually end up working? How do people go about?
Right on, go to Southwick Civic Fund online. I think it's southwickcivicfund.org. I don't hold me to that. I'm not the IT guy,
Okay,
as you
and
know. And yeah, right there, you can pull up the whole form. You fill it out. You send the stuff in. I think our date is December 22nd or 20th. We're one of the later ones on the application side. But in the same breath, police, fire call and say, "Hey, we got a family. We take care of it. There's no
right.
no questions asked."
and what's the angry elf all about?
Well, that's when my daughter said there was no Santa. That's,
Okay,
that's how the
right. But how does so Secret Santa and Angry Elf? It's all one.
Oh, it's all one. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
All right. I was
Yeah.
thinking it was two different programs.
Oh no no
Oh,
no, no, no. You
okay.
can think like Secret Santa and the elves versus Secret Santa. No, let's get the angry elves in there because we are. If you know Joe, he's just a little odd sometimes. So,
So the
angry elf
daughter
comes
is
in.
the angry elf, and you're the jolly elf. Then
That's jolly sticking, huh? It's been a jolly.
you know
year.
I see that in the social media.
Yeah,
a lot.
I see
Jolly
that all the
Joe.
time.
I
Jolly
mean,
Joe. I even
yeah.
got someone dropped a T-shirt off that says.
really?
It's all good.
Good one. Good one.
So you're all done with Malicious for the season.
We have 2 weeks and we're up at Butternut.
Uh-huh.
We do their we do concessions over at their tubing park.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah, so Friday, Saturday, Sundays we're up there. It's but yeah, Moolicious as a whole right now is nice and quiet.
Yeah. Now I know it's always fun coming up with new flavors for ice creams. You know, different things like the Moon Nut that went
Yep.
national.
Yep.
Do you kind of miss not being open around this time of year because there's some flavors and types of foods that are only popular this time of year, like a peppermint.
So we do
Thing,
so,
ice
so
cream
Tucker's
or-
Restaurant. We make peppermint stick for them.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, we do that. And we do a lot of specialty ice creams
Do you
in the winter.
do you do an eggnog?
I do an eggnog too. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
Same thing. Tucker's will have that.
Uh-huh.
And Joey's Deli over in Agawam carries our ice cream through the winter.
Uh-huh. Now how's that packaged?
Pints and quarts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so 2 years ago we started a process with my son. My son's a electrician, a Westfield Voc graduate, master electrician now. Done very well for himself through the programs over here at Westfield Vocational.
Yep. I can't say anything bad about this school.
No, absolutely not. And back then we joined the the parents thing on the electrical side, whatever we needed. He graduated very good in his class, and
I graduated with honors in '89 from here.
wow, what did you specialize in?
Electronics technology.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, that shop has since morphed into IT.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now here I am. I'm working with arts and communication, which was called graphic arts.
Sure.
Yep.
Back then.
It's amazing how I've kind of gone from one shop to another down here.
Yeah.
This studio was my freshman and sophomore English class.
Oh,
Thomas Schwaber was
Nice.
my teacher back then, and this was his room. And right about where you are was where my seat was for 2 years.
nice.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah. That wall was a chalkboard. It wasn't windows.
Nice.
Yeah. So big full circle, but again,
Yeah.
wonderful school to send your students to. They turn people away now with admissions because they don't
Oh.
have enough room.
I won't even tell you the story on the air what it took to get my son into this school.
Uh-huh.
It involved a pair of handcuffs at the end being put on me, but I got him in.
Yeah.
I got him in, and not from
And
Westfield.
that's probably not the first time
no,
handcuffs.
no, out of no. Well, actually, it's not the first time I was handcuffed.
No.
no.
No,
No.
I know that. I don't know
It's
if
all
I.
good. No,
I don't know if I don't know if I should say I'm proud that I know what you experienced
Yeah,
there,
that's all
but
good. Yeah.
it's a life experience.
Yeah, I learned
Everyone
that,
has to get thrown into clink at least once, right?
Yeah, and I was once.
Yes. Yeah.
18 or 19.
Yeah. Yeah, even if it's for a traffic violation.
And it was, yeah.
Everyone should go into the clink at least once.
I'll tell you what, you learn a lot. You learn about the stainless toilets. You learn.
Oh,
You learn.
God.
You learn you don't mouth off to the gentleman that's putting you in jail because the next thing you know, you don't have any clothes left.
And
because
you
were a
smile to the guy walking
Yeah.
by.
Oh, yeah.
So that when the coffee comes around, you
Yeah.
get the first choice of the donut.
Yeah, I didn't get any of that.
Okay.
I got hey
Yeah.
dummy. You know,
Hmm.
you got any identifying marks? And
Yeah.
I cut my finger off years ago, and I might have been a little bit of a wise ass,
dear.
which led to no clothes.
Yeah,
Oh,
and the wise ass leads to us opening up our mouth and saying something.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, I get you.
Started in
I'm
Agawam,
surprised.
ended in Westfield. Yeah, it was a good time. Yeah,
All right. So I am running up against the clock here,
great.
Joe. I
Well,
wanna
hey, thanks
thank
for having me
you.
on. We got to sell those 5 trees. You can go to the Civic Fund website,
Mm-hmm.
and the paperwork's right there to donate, and fill it all out, and we'll get you signed up.
All right, and I think springtime, I'm actually going to have to get myself over to your operations to talk and play around with some ice cream.
Yeah,
I think that
there's,
time has come now.
We brought some big power in. We're either going to blow Moolish's out of the sky next year.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at a couple different locations throughout New England.
Uh-huh.
So there's a lot happening with Moolish's. It's either going to quietly stay quiet or we're going to get in a lot.
Maybe even do a video special. You open to that? You know, this is
yeah.
how it works.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
All right. SouthwickCivicFund.org.
I think so, yeah.
SouthwickCivicFund.org.
Facebook, it's there. Yeah.
Mhm.
Or on Facebook. Everything's right there.
All right. December 10th.
10th.
Yep. 4 to 7 p.m.
4 to 7
Town Hall.
p.m. Tree lighting, crafts fair, hot chocolate. The Girl Scouts are selling their cookies and whatnot. It's a win-win.
Those were good cookies last year.
Yeah, they do a great job.
Yeah, it wasn't just it was home baked stuff.
Yep,
It wasn't the
absolutely.
Girl Scout cookies. It was
Yeah, no, they do.
Yeah.
So the church scenario, the Girl Scouts are in the back in the fellowship hall still.
Mm-hmm.
So any nonprofit that needs a space to meet or anything, it's open to them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's worked out very well over there, and same with the Girl Scouts. You know, they've really stepped up this year, so it's a win-win.
and a parade with a fire truck and Santa.
Parade, fire truck, and Santa
And toys for the kids downstairs.
downstairs. Yeah,
That's
Santa's there.
Civic Senior Center that he'll be hanging out in.
Yeah, he's everywhere. He's
Uh-huh.
probably going to start upstairs. He'll probably end up downstairs because I got to put the band on the stage this year because the band really wants to stay.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of moving parts like usual.
All right, great.
Yeah.
I'll see you on Saturday.
You will. Thanks for having me.
All right, thanks for coming in.